Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, finally we saw what happened in court today, and I think from what we saw, the witness, really freezed. Was so shocked, and could not answer most of the question that was being asked, by NNAMDI Kanu, by Agabi himself. The guy was he freezed. So what is your take as regards what happened? And finally, the Nigerian council, our Molowo, has what dropped the death certificate of Ahmed Gulag dead. They said Nnamdi Kanu utterance and his broadcast caused his death. They were so sure, but they forgotten that Uzandima vindicated Nnamdi Kanu as regards. What's your take as regards?
I said, let me tell you, I told you that by their weapon, they should wound themselves. They will be wounded by their weapon. By their utterances, they are going to implicate themselves and actually indicate that they are all scheming to rope in MAZI and the Kanu for nothing. I can see what the legal team of the Biafran IPOB leader actually, did today at the court, in the court. They were so competent, on at least, cross-examining the witness. The witness was brabbing, the witness was just talking, and the witness wasn't sure of what he was saying. I can assure you that all these are what the court under Binta Yako actually struck out in the beginning of this case. The whole case was struck out, and let me tell you, Gulak Mohammed went to Imo State the first day sit at home was enforced. That was 2021. I don't know what I understand. And all these are now cornering, they are just leading towards, implicating MAZI and Kanu. But they have forgotten that they are dealing with professionals. Kanu Agabi is a professional lawyer. Justice Omotocho is a presiding judge. He actually knows when someone is scheming for evil and when someone is scheming for reality, which is why the witnesses, the legal teams, representing federal government, they have all failed. The witness, the SS witness, if I could be in the position of MAZI and the Kanu, I would have unmasked the two. There would be serious commotion in the court because they are coming out just to rope me for nothing, labeling all manners of falsified allegation against me. So I would have proved it in the court that they are schemers, employed, paid by federal government as mercenaries to rope me into a matter I did not know about. So what I'm trying to say is that anyway, the way MAZI Nnamdi Kanu actually played the role of a gentleman by controlling his temper, I like it. But I'm telling you that a man like me, in my own position, and I'm good on international law, both international and local law, I think I would have revealed by forcefully, the men or personalities or even identity of the masked men. They are just paid mercenaries, and you can see that by their handworks, by their scheming, by their let me say crafts, God has begun to actually ask them why and to punish them. This time around, Kanu Agabi, the legal team to MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, they have actually, did well, good job. Because cross-examination now, the testifiers have failed. They are not coming out with reasons why you should bring in different issue entirely. See reaction from Washington, America, all over the world, even UK, that the matters are just coming and they should not, turn that kind of matter into terrorist charges. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be tried because the man is an agitator. The man is the most peaceful agitator in the world. So Nigeria is a hellfire. That's why anytime I use the word zoo, some persons will not be happy because what is happening in Nigeria is not happening anywhere in the world. I don't know what I understand. So the charges that are coming, forward with against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu are all irrelevant charges, and they shouldn't stand. I'm telling you that Agabi led the legal team of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. They actually did well. All these testifiers should be arrested, and the court should arrest those people testifying against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu in the court. The court should bring all of them to book. They are all thieves and treacherous men. The testifiers that are proven to be from DSS, Department of State Security, are committing treachery. Treacherous men should be arrested and tried. After all, it happened in the Bible when the men, were committing act of treachery against Daniel. I don't know if you understand. And Daniel was freed. The people that committed treachery were arrested by the king and thrown into the lion den. It was, of course, Daniel was thrown into the lion den, and the lion could not hurt him. So the man that committed act of treachery was shamed, and the king gave order for the man to be seized, and they seized the man and freed the man to lion. If you ask me, I will tell you that Justice Motocho is going to round up the testifiers who are wearing masks and throw all of them into jail. DSS testifiers, you must go to jail. DSS testifier, you must go to jail. Igbo trying to rope an innocent man, a man that is agitating for emancipation of his tribe, a tribe he believes is his own, Igbo tribe. Igbo Kwanu, yeah. Let me tell you, continuation of MAZI NNAMDI Kanu trial is a continuation of marginalization, suppression, and oppression of the Igbo race in the Nigerian state. And I've told you earlier that the testifiers, they must surely fail. By the work of their hands, by their evil scheming, God is going to arrest all of them. And I'm telling you that God of Israel has actually started his work. Because all the testifiers testifying against MAZI NNAMDI Kanu, they are falling one by one into the traps they set for the young man.
Okay, but from what we can see, I think the testifier didn't even know that some charges were dropped in time past. And do you think that the testifier wasn't briefed well enough? But he said he was one of the persons that interviewed Nnamdi Kanu. But why didn't it? Was not? Do you not think that he's briefed of what is going on as
unqualified testifiers, unqualified lawyers?
He was paid.
He was paid to go and rubbish the case of MAZI NNAMDI Kanu. Because before you can come forward to testify against somebody, the legal team, your legal team, should have at least briefed you, educated you on how to testify. Where the case has been struck out, where the case has not been struck out. You cannot just go there in the presence of legal luminaries, legal experts, like Omotocho, like Kanu Ogabi, like Ejimako and the rest of Nnamdi Kanu legal team, and even federal legal team, and mess yourself and start beating about the bush, thinking that maybe those lawyers are just classroom lawyers. Someone like Ogabi Kanu is not a classroom son, senior advocate of Nigeria. So what happened now is Nigeria has been roped. I tell you, God always used the evil work of the wicked to judge him. The people that are coming forward to testify against MAZI NNAMDI Kanu, we are paid by federal government of Nigeria, and God has actually used his power to frustrate them. By the evil work of their hands, God will use it to rope them. I told you how a man committed an act of treachery against Daniel in the Bible, and later the king ordered for the man that commits the treachery against Dan to be arrested, and the king gave order. The man was seized and freed the lion. The lion feasted on the man. Ibone Kwanu, Nnamdi Kanu has gone free. Ibone Kwanu, Kanu has been defeating them. I've been saying it, that continuation of trial of an innocent man who was agitating for emancipation of Biafra is going to bring all his enemies to shame. And the shame has actually taken over all the testifiers claiming to have come from DSS department. They are none that come from DSS department. They were all paid. They were all mercenaries of federal government of Nigeria. Up MAZI NNAMDI Kanu, MNK or Hamadike one of Igbo land. We are winning, and we are winning. Shame unto those people that have been committing treachery. Treacherous men, treacherous tongue. People that are setting trap, and the snare for us must actually fall into the trap and the snare they actually set for us.
But Kanu Ogabi asked, the witness one question that I think everybody will love your opinion as regards this. He said, do you know that it's against the UN law, okay, so he asked, he said, that according to the UN law, it's illegal, for a suspect, somebody that they've not declared criminal. Yes, Ogabi was speaking. He said 15 days, after 15 days, in detention, the Kanu was supposed to have been freed. That, do you not think that is illegal, that is supposed to have been released, but he has spent 5 years? The witness said
MAZI NNAMDI Kanu was not supposed to stay up to 15 days, proving that what they actually charge him for is based on international law. The United Nations Charter is under international law. United Nations Charter has to do with the member of all the nations that came together in 1939, you know, since inception of United Nations. Igbo Kwanu, meaning that Kanu is going to be at least receive many financial incentives from Nigeria for violating him, for not following his case you know, let me say properly, because you shouldn't stay or sit 2 weeks and 1 day, that is 15 days. But Kanu has now stayed 365 days times 5. You are talking about almost 2,000 days, making 5 good years. That is 60 months. I'm telling you that federal government of Nigeria is going to pay MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu must receive financial incentives. Yeah, worth of billions. Because they don't know what they are doing. When it matters with civilians, when it matters with Igbos, all these Fulani Janjaweeds and their Yoruba, you know, mates or connivance in Nigeria, they would like to prove that they know the law. They don't know law. MAZI Nnamdi Kanu is more competent than all of them. He knows law, international law more than them. They have violated him and they must pay him. I'm telling you sometimes ago that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, the forces that will bring him out will be an external forces, not Nigeria. Nigeria is a jungle, and when we say it's a republic or zoo, some people will be very, very annoyed. I know what I mean, because what we practice here is justice, jungle justice.
Okay, and lastly, according to Eastern News 24 on YouTube, they said Soludo Amba is planning what? Is planning to, you know, stop the Biafran celebration day. Do you think they have what it takes to stop it?
No, it's not possible.
That the governors.
Total lockdown on 30th May. The Igbos have rights to this listing. The Igbos have right 30 and 31st. The Igbo, okay. The Igbos have rights to mourn their dead one. You cannot beat Igbo man and cry for him. No. If you beat me, you allow me to cry. 29 and 30th, they will remember all their brothers, their mothers, their fathers that lost their life. 55, 56, 57. No, 57, 56, 55 years ago. I don't know, understand. They have right to mourn them. So anybody that know that he is up to something or more than Biafra could come out that day to block them. Yes. No, Biafra is for peace. What we are. These people are not governors. These people are Fulani people. Now, I've been telling you that Pitamba is a Fulani man. Charles Soludo, don't you see how ugly Charles Soludo is? Is that how an Igbo man looks? Charles Soludo is an ugly muchacha. If he has power to stop Biafra remembrance, he should come and do that. Biafra, Igbo land is open. Every 29th May, 30th May, we do what? We mourn our dead mothers, our dead fathers, our dead brothers, our dead uncles. We always mourn them. We always stay home. I don't understand. You can't force Igbo man and say there will be no mourning that day. They won't mourn their loved ones. You can't beat somebody and say don't cry. I don't know, understand. We mourned last year. 2 years ago, we mourned. I don't understand. Since 2015, we've been mourning. During Buhari regime, we mourned them. Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration could not be exempted. We are mourning. So when you talk about Peter, Mba, Charles Soludo, look at two of them. They are too ugly. Igbo man can never be that ugly. Igbo men are very handsome men. Look at Oga, listen. Peter Mba and Charles Soludo are not real Igbos. Oga, there are people whose mother were impregnated by the Fulanis during the war. There are people whose mothers were impregnated by Hausa Fulani during the war. It is not all Igbos are having their paternities traced to Igbo land or Igbo ancestry. Many are bastards. Many were not, are just bastards. If you look at Soludo, Soludo is an ugly man. If Soludo is of Igbo father, from Igbo father, Soludo would have been a handsome man. Look at Soludo where they are black. Look at the way when Wiflu, Governor Wiflu of Ebonyi State, as ugly mucheche. Then what about Dave Umahi, ugly mucheche? See, these people are from Fulani ancestry. If you see an Igbo man, you see a handsome man, hardworking man, whether rich or average, Igbo man is always handsome. When you look at Soludo, Soludo is an ugly muchacha. I still defend it that all those of Kanu, paternity, Soludo's paternity, Peter Mba's paternity, the only Igbo man we have that is a governor in the southeastern Nigeria, is Alex Oti. Alex Oti is from Igbo paternity. He's thinking, he's reasoning. The job he's doing in Abia State. He doesn't misuse public fund of Abia State. He doesn't mismanage it. He's doing the needful. He is a businessman. That's why I tell you, where you come from actually indicates on your character. What we are seeing of Peter Mba and Soludo is a man whose father is from Kanuri, Fulani, and the Bari. Bari. What I say? We are the Igbos. If you look at me, you know I'm an Igbo man. I'm proud of myself. And I'm a holy what? A hardworking man. An entrepreneur. I can grow money. I can produce. I don't know what to understand. So that's who I am. We don't use what belongs to the public as Igbo person. No. We don't dip our hands into public wealth. No. So these men are foreigners in Igbo land. And that's why they are aligning with Fulani Janjaweeds to annihilate the Igbos. And they have been doing that for how many years now in the southeastern Nigeria? Bringing down the populations of the Igbos. Killing our youths in their large numbers. So, Charles Soludo and the Peter Mba and the Wifu and the Hope Uzodimba, look at the way they look. They look ugly. They look more or less like people from Sahel, the Fulani Janjaweeds.
Okay. Thank you very much.